they found out about Emma's powers and she is so freaked out. Oh my gosh. She, she started running out of the school and like the way Anna revealed that she had powers was amazing because that's normally not how she talks, but she pretty much like scared the hell out of Dehi. And like she was just like
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another review on the Review Garden.
episode 5 of the Atypical Family. I mean, it kind of started off really slow. It was kind of like um they were showing you again like when he kissed her and when she told him like, "Oh, future you came and gave me this marriage contract. So it's already signed, so I signed it." So um and then the grandma realized that she was missing a watch, and she went to ask the sister, and the sister was like, "No, Dehi probably took it." And when they went to go ask her, she had the paper in her hand scheming because the guy told her like, "Hey, I don't want to let anyone in my family know about this." So she had it in her hand, and the sister pulled it out of her hand, and that's when everybody found out that um, they had the marriage contract signed and everything. But you know, and with that, the sister kept denying that she took the watch, and that's when we saw that the watch was taken by Inna, who went to go give it to her friend for her birthday. And I mean, I guess she could have asked, or instead of just taking the watch, because for some reason automatically the grandma was looking for that specific watch. But in that period, no one knew that it was her, right? So they were pretty much the two ladies were pretty much going back and forth. Well, it was really the sister more that was pointing her finger at Dehi, and the mom was saying that it was the sister. But you know that day too, they Inna came home without her sneakers, and she let the other girl borrow her sneakers because she read her mind, and the girl said, "I wonder if she's gonna let me borrow it." So Inna was like, "Do you want to borrow my sneakers?" And it's the brand new sneakers that her father got her. So she came home without those sneakers, and Dehi noticed it. So Dehi goes to her school to try and to bring her shoes, and then to see if she was getting bullied. And then that's when Inna revealed to her that she knows she's scamming, that she wants to become their guardian so that she could take over everything. And then she was like, "If you tell my dad, I'm going to tell everybody that you're a scammer." So that's when Dehi was like, shooketh. She started like running away. The father came to her school as well, um, because he went back in time, and then he realized he saw Inna go to the vault and take the watch. So that's how he found out. So he came to her school and he saw Dehi, and Dehi started running away from him. And she ran so much that she went into the gym, and she like hid inside one of the storage rooms, and some guy came and locked the storage room. So she was locked in there until what's his name? The guy came and opened it up for her. But with that though, we kind of saw what happened in when she was in high school. So she was bullied in high school as well. Like people were dropping milk in her shoes. And then the day of the fire, these bullies took her to the storage and was locked the door. And they were like, "Oh, let's play hide and seek. You, if anyone notices that you're missing, then we'll come and get you. But if no one notices that you're not there, we won't um we won't you'll stay here." So she pretty much stayed there all morning because the teacher didn't even notice that she wasn't in class. So so then the fire started happening. Everybody ran out the building, and it wasn't until they got out of the building that's when they told the captain that there was someone up in the storage room. So pretty much back to the scene that he saw when he kept going back to it, the day of Ina's birth, and he kept going, you know, to try and save his captain. So that's pretty much what the scene is. So they showed you that she was the one that the captain went back in for. But now at the end of the end of five, beginning of six, it's all talking about, you know, um, oh, how I'm gonna go back in time and save you. And I'm like, she's right there. Why do you need to go back in time to save her? The person who saved her had something on their neck. So, and he doesn't. So I'm like, why do you need to be the one to save her? Why do you need to go back to the day your child was born to save her when she's right here in front of you? Like, to me, it doesn't make sense. But she notices that there's something on his neck, so maybe it's him in the future. There's still something that's going to happen to him to cause there to be a scar. But I'm like, why? Why do we need this loop, right? Because again, she's right there. But so after she finds out that, you know, that the girl has the superpower, she doesn't want to be she doesn't want to do the scam anymore. So she's trying to tell her quote mom and her quote uncle that she needs to get out of there, and like they need to figure out another plan, because she's like, they have superpowers, but those two don't want to believe her, and they want to keep going until right before these people lose all their money. So I'm like, okay, well, why did you why did they choose this family to begin with? And Inna kind of figured out like why she got married to those two people, which the first one had to do with her mom. I guess that's the person her mom left her dad for or something. And then the second one, she got married to him because I guess he was the dad's partner or something. I don't know. I mean, she kind of said it kind of fast, but the first guy she was married to had something to do with her mom. The second that guy she was married to had something to do with her dad. So it was payback that she got married to them. But now it's like, okay, well, why did you choose this family? And based on her, based on her, the remembrance that she had of the accident, it's not like she saw the person's face. She saw their neck, unless she saw their face and she doesn't remember. And I'm trying to understand what her secret power is, her secret move, because her quote mom is like, said it to her in episode 4, in episode 5, and in episode 4, where she was like, "Did you use your special move yet?" So what's her special move? Telling people that they were the ones who saved her in her accident? Or is it to play victim and say that she was in an accident, she was in a fire, so that the people can feel sorry for her? Is that what her secret move is? I don't know. This is, I mean, it's interesting. It's an interesting concept. And if you're not paying attention, you can miss certain things. But the only reason I'm saying that is because of the father's powers, because he's the one doing the time traveling. So you have to pay attention to which one is actually him, or which one is future. Well, since we don't see his future self, it would be which one is present and which one is past. Yeah, because she's the one who experiences the future him. They only show us what happens when he goes back in time to experience it himself. So, see, like, yeah, so it gets confusing. So, you really have to be paying attention to fully know what's going on. So pretty much episode 6 entailed, it was more like a switch. He wanted to marry her now, and she was like hesitating. And the girl, Inna, found out that, like, she's a scammer. But Ina is like, I'll keep quiet. And she actually really likes her. And she actually doesn't even mind that she was even scamming her family, right? So after like all this persuading and stuff like that, the he even went to the sauna and like volunteered to do stuff until she was like, okay. Well, I don't think it was really her that was like, okay. It was more like the mom who finally went to sleep when she was in the sauna, and she pretty much saw everything that happened, and she let the wedding go on, right? um she let the wedding go on, and she was like, she told the husband, get ready for like this is a really important moment. And no one else came to the wedding. It was just her quote mom who was there with everyone from the family. And the sister went to the gym at first just to kind of like get the other girl to say something. And it's funny because the other girl's always complaining that she doesn't get the lead roles and she gets like the crappy roles. But I'm like, there's a reason you get the crappy roles, because you don't know how to keep your mouth shut. So like, both Was able to catch her two times already when she was like, Dehi stole the watch, and then the girl was like, why would she steal the watch when she's she's almost getting the building. And then this time around she was like she wouldn't have any drugs, it's sleeping pills that she has. And then the girl's like, well, so that's what she's been giving my mom, sleeping pills in the tea. So she like runs home to like go through all of Dehi's stuff. And what annoys me when people on TV is searching for things in other people's stuff, like they just throw everything everywhere. And I'm like, even like when she was like searching her suitcase, like some of the heavy stuff she just threw. And I'm like, what if something important was in there? How would you know the way you throwing it? Huh? And then, but her other bag, she like emptied it out. But it's always weird to me how people search for things in other people's rooms. Um, so she found the ring, the family heirloom that they've been trying to, that the grandma pretty much saw her with. And, you know, what's funny to me in this moment is that everybody was shocked, especially, that girl when she made it to the house and she got in a fight with Bogey. And um you know the she almost fell. Well, she did fall. She fall off the top floor, but then she started like levitating. She was like flying off the floor. So the girl was like shocked. So like they're both running outside to try and reveal the other. One's like, "Mom, she could fly. Mom, she could fly." And then the other one's like, "She's a fraud. Mom, she's a fraud." So it was kind of interesting. But right before that, um, Dehi had already, confessed that she was a fraud while getting married. And I'm like, obviously she was going to confess something. And the grandma knew because there was no priest, there was no wedding officiant. They're walking down the aisle with no one at the end to go meet them. And I'm like, where's the person that's supposed to marry them? So you obviously, we knew something was gonna go down. And then you know when so they were like, oh, we're not gonna call the cops, blah blah blah. So like, get out of here. And then in the meantime, after this, he's like so wrapped up. Now he's like disappearing at all instances. When this time around, though, he didn't go get drunk, but he keeps disappearing. And then while he was disappearing, Inna went missing, right? Because while she was at school, she had a falling out with the other girl, because the other girl overheard the boy telling Inna that he likes her. So she's pretty much mad at her. I feel like that girl is a bully. She keeps saying that she's not getting bullied, but in a way, that girl is a bully. Um, she's not like, she doesn't um, do mean things to her, but she pretends to be nice so that other people can see that she's nice. But in reality, when they're private and the fact that Inna can read her mind, she's pretty mean. Um, but anyway, with the whole incident that happened at school, Inna ran out and she didn't have her glasses on, so she almost got hit. But during that time when she was leaving, she was remembering the accident with her mom. And it looked like her mom deliberately tried to kill both of them. But instead, it was just the mom who died. And then so after Inna runs from school, she goes to the sauna instead of going home. And I'm like, girl, why are you going over there? So she's like, I'm only over here because who you're the only one who I can look in the eye and not be afraid of. And then, she was able to read his mind a little bit, so she knew she was locked up. So after the whole wedding fiasco, her mom, quote mom, locked her up in her room and not letting her go out. And then it's finally now that they are understanding her whole, because she tried to tell them like they had superpowers and that she was freaking out, but they didn't want to believe her, and now they do. And now they're gonna try to get more money out of them, squeeze the family for all they're worth. And she's kind of like telling the girl like, this is your last chance, this is your final chance. If you don't come through, then something's gonna happen to you. The mom, or should I say grandma, gets on my nerves. It's like, what's the point of being able to see the future if you don't see the necessary stuff? Like, I get that they're like lifestyle problems that's causing their powers to go crazy, but you mean to tell me like you can't even tell that your grandchild can read minds, and you can't even tell that what's going on with your son, and you couldn't even tell that your daughter was about to be thrown off the stairs, and you couldn't even tell that your husband is seeing another woman. Like, it's just weird to me. Like, what's the point of you having the powers if you can't see the necessary things? And like, she's acting so self-righteous, and I'm like, you're not all that. Like, you're not even that. Like, your powers are not even working effectively, even when they put you to sleep. Like, at first I could understand it, but she puts you to sleep. But towards the end of episode 8, we kind of see like, okay, she wasn't seeing the future, she was seeing the past, because she kept seeing the family ring on her finger, on Dehi's finger. And then towards the end of episode 8, you find out that it was actually him who saved her, and he gave her his ring. Because you were like, when you saw how he went to go get the family ring, you had to know the code of the vault to get in there. And it's also crazy that the grandma has been sleeping with the ring that the sister found in Dehi's bag, but she didn't actually go in the vault to check to see if the ring was there. She's just like telling her husband to change the code for the vault, and he's like, well, you never even told me the code, right? So like, she's like in her own little world. She doesn't even know anything that's happening around her. Like, she treats her husband like a doormat, and at night he goes out and he parties and he has conversations with other women, which got him in trouble because now the husband of that woman wants wanted to press charges against him. I'm like, huh? What charges are you going to be pressing against him? You the one, first of all, who got aggressive with him. So and then the woman like kept her mouth shut, and I'm like, yeah, you may not like her like that, but she seems to be, in love with you. So of course she's not going to tell her husband, even though she should tell her husband like there's nothing going on, but she's over here letting you get in trouble. Or she probably knows how much money they he has from, conversations, and her and her husband are trying to, you know extort money out of them. But either way, he got himself in big trouble. And then you have, you know um the son, who pretty much at the mid episode 7, he wanted to try to partner with Dehi's mom, so that, actually, I don't even know why he got that idea. I think it was something his daughter said, like, why do you think she canceled the wedding? So I guess in some way he likes her, so he's trying to spend more time with her. So he went to the mom and was like, oh, let's form a partnership, blah blah blah. Whatever happy moments, I'll go back in time and, give you the lottery. Which he did do. But he went and gave it to his mom, and then the father stole it from the mom's hand. So there's like a whole lot going on, but there's 4 episodes left of this series, so it's going to be interesting to see where exactly this goes. We also find out in episode 8 that he did see her the day his father died. That was around around the time when her father died, is the same time when he became a rookie, which makes sense because he was a rookie when the fire at the high school happened. But they were in the same hospital, so he was able to see her. I mean, if he wants to save her, he should probably go back to that time and pretty much stop her from um stop her from signing with, her quote mom. And since products, the flour was able to go to the past, the the shaved ice was able to go to the past, so he could buy her, he could bring her a stack of money and then pay the lady off, and boom, that changes the timeline, because that's pretty much what he's doing. He's changing the timeline pretty much. So, but yeah, and they're like, oh, she's the one who's helping everyone with their powers. She's only helped the mom, the son, and the Ina, because to this day she's still the only person who knows about Ina's powers, right? But in terms of the sister, the person who's really helping her is the girl who went to work at the gym, Grace. She's technically the one who's helping her, even though she was the one who pushed her over, the edge. But at least now in episode 8, she's trying to make up for it. So she was like helping her try to get the guy back, which in my mind, I'm like, why are you even trying to get this man back for? Like, he's an idiot. And even like when they try to use like, things to help him remember her, all he does, oh, I was thinking about you and about marriage. Like, can we still get the building if we get married? Like, that's all he was thinking about. He was thinking about the money. He wasn't really thinking about her and being with her. He just wants her money. And which I did see he was meeting with investors before he met up with her, so probably trying to renegotiate deals for his clinic. But she needs, yeah, she's working out a lot, but she does need to work out her mental as well, because you know her self-esteem is low if she keeps going back to this man. He doesn't love her. He doesn't want anything to do with her other than her money. And I just hope that by the end of the series that she is able to see that and puts him in his place.
And this wraps up our journey on the Review Garden. Thank you for joining me today as we explored this drama. If you enjoyed this reaction and review, please remember to subscribe for more insightful videos. Don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback helps our channel grow. As always, I'm truly grateful for your support and for joining me on this journey on the Review Garden. Until next time, and happy listening. Bye.